Hello and welcome to another wonderful edition of The Review. This is the platform where we talk about things, issues, all right, topical issues that affect Nigerian citizens. As a matter of fact, we want to talk about the increment of the price of Nigerian passport now. You know, before now, it was 25, 30,000, 40,000, depending on the page. But then there is a policy coming up. The federal government in the paper today said it has to be 50,000 naira and 100,000 naira, depending on the page. And a lot of Nigerians were thinking, why should that be? Because of the present economic situation. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and joining me on the conversation today is Adefolari Olamilekan, a political economist. Anything that has to do with the economy, you know, pricing, I like talking to him about it because he's vast in that area. Good morning, Adefolari.
Good morning to you, Ramson. Good morning to all our viewers out there.
Let's talk about this. You know, how did you feel when you heard that the international passport it's going to be going for as high as 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira, as against the former 25, 30, 40,000, depending on the page?
Actually, what comes to me was the thinking around government policy, particularly using fiscal policy to waive off revenue. Because the moment I saw that policy, although it was first initiated about 6 months ago, when it was an hint from the Minister of Interior that there's going to be a change in most of the activities around the national passport or international passport of Nigerians. So we expected that there will be a new price also coming in, and based on other features that they are able to introduce in ensuring that Nigerians get their passport within the time frame of 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Yes, and a lot of innovation was put into that. So the price coming at this point in time, some of us are not surprised at it, but we just want to say that, okay, at this point in time, government is trying as much as possible to change the narrative around how they source for revenue, because one of the key things that government is going to achieve from this international passport price change is that they're going to raise more money from that particular angle, and that is just what we need to understand about it. And again, we also need to understand that international passport majorly is not something that the common man normally go for. It is for Nigerians who are interested in traveling abroad, or who just want to have it for the purpose of some official documentation and official strategic purpose in their activities.
Yeah, I'm talking about not for all common Nigerians. Every Nigerian is entitled to the international passport, Nigerian passport, of course. And you talked about using it for official document, because if you get to the bank, if you want to do anything, they will tell you it's either you use your national identity card or you use international passport or your driver's license.
Exactly.
So as it is, if you look at these things, apart from the national identity card, these things are something that you need to at least be influential, have some amount of money to get. Talking about driver's license, you need to own a car. Talking about international passport, you need to want to travel to abroad or for official reason. Don't you think Nigerians, every Nigerian is supposed to have the international passport because it's a means of documentation, official documentation in Nigeria?
It is expected that every Nigerian should have it, but also know that in terms of other documentation, expected document that you need to present, it is not only international passport that you can use. But what I'm trying to point out is that international passport is majorly for people who want to engage in traveling abroad, majorly, but because of other purpose of using it for documentation, for official documentation in Nigeria, that's why many Nigerians also go for it. But the purpose of it is for international traveling, international engagement, and the rest of them. Other documents are also available. You still have national identity card, you still have the national voters card, and also you have sometimes banks ask for your receipt of your electricity bill as part of the document needed to open an account.
Yeah, that's for KYC, know your customer. Yeah.
So, but on the purpose of this government increasing the price, we know that it is for the purpose of revenue generation, because although there are the different sides of the passport that you're going to get based on the numbers of the pages that you're going to acquire, either 32 or 42 or the 50 pages and the rest of them. So that's why the price differ from.
But why is it happening now that Nigeria is going through a lot? Because of the economic situation, the hunger in the land, everybody is struggling. And these are documents. You don't know, anyone may need it at any any particular point in time.
Very good from you that is anybody can need at any particular point in time. But we also need to understand the production of the passport themselves. Majority of them are for security features, and most of the security features are printed in sensitive area with sensitive materials. I have an international passport. If you check the document, you see that it has security features that goes with a lot of security identity code and the rest of them. So maybe because of the global cost of printing materials, that could also be factored into it. But for me, I know majorly government revenue is also part of the reason why the price is coming. And let's not also forget that initiatives have been put around getting passport. It is not like usual way of getting it through backdoor, the rest of the. Although we see that a lot of shenanigans still happen at the passport office, whereby you pay more than what you're supposed to pay. And again, this price that is coming,
that's if you want to go through the back door.
And
most times.
Exactly. And this price that is even coming at this point is the price that people pay when the price was at 25,000. If you want to get it sharp, as we normally call it in local language, these are the amount that you pay.
So now that the price has increased, don't you think the sharp ones will also increase in price?
Definitely, although one of the initiatives that the ministry introduced, the passport office introduced, was that they tried as much as to cut off the sharp shenanigans practice of passport officials, whereby they begin to look for agents to be able to help to get the passport. They cut off the time limit where you can get your passport. The highest now is 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you have to go online to fill some document. And there's also office whereby they created a special office for urgent passport, whereby you can go to that particular office. I think we have one such office in central area in Abuja where you can go to that office, although you pay extra, and you can get it within 2 to 3 days. So that to cut off the shenanigans around passport extortion that passport official normally extended on Nigerians.
Okay, Adefolarin, let me ask you this question. Don't you think this very practice is in a bid to cut down the amount of people that leave this country, because a lot of people are leaving, and the brain drain thing, the japa thing, the federal government have tried in so many ways. There was a time that the president was even asking people who left the country to return, especially our doctors. But then, don't you think this increment may be in a bid to minimize, because if you go to the passport office right now, a lot of people are on queue.
Exactly.
There is this struggle. Don't you think this increment is also maybe to reduce the number of people that actually come for the international passport, or probably to reduce the number of people that jack out of this country?
I don't think that will ever have an impact on that. Nigerians who are ready to travel definitely want to travel by any means, either with their passport or without their passport, they will travel. But one thing I know that could also that government can do to ensure that Nigerians stay back in the country is to ensure that that policy works for every Nigerian. If the policy or government is working for every Nigerian, nobody will be thinking to travel abroad. But using or increasing the price of passport to discourage people from traveling, that will not work, because every Nigerian that want to travel, you spend no less than 22 million. Depending on your destination. As I speak today, people traveling to Canada, they spend up to 30 million to travel to Canada.
30 million.
Depending on the destination.
What if you invest as much as 30 million in this country?
They believe that if they invest such money into the economy, the deficit structure of the economy will swallow that money. And
so they are not even sure.
Yes,
you see one of the problems that we have.
They will not have a return for their investment. So it's better they spend such money in traveling to a white man country, a Western country, where they can recoup the money in 6 months. And you can see one of the greatest things of people who have traveled abroad and enjoying right now is the devaluation of the Naira currency. A few dollars that you send into Nigeria today can give you millions of Naira. If you send $1,000 into Nigerian economy today, that's about 1.6 million Naira.
Can you imagine?
So it's an advantage for people that could help them to travel. So for me, if government want to discourage people from traveling abroad, bring back Naira depreciation to 200 Naira to a dollar.
200 Naira to a dollar. We're looking forward to that. When $1 will be 2 Naira in this country. Well, if you want Nigerians to remain in this country, the only thing you have to do is make sure the policies are favorable. We talked about people traveling with as much as 30 million Naira. And this is money that before now, if you invest in this country, you are going to make a lot of profit. But then people are no more sure. People are not sure how much they will make. The money may even be swallowed up, all right, because of the economic situation. And that's part of the reason a lot of people are leaving Nigeria. But then, according to Folarin, he said the increment in the passport price is not to discourage anyone from traveling, probably to raise more income for the Nigerian government. Well, this is going to be the size of the review for this morning. What do you have to do? If you have your international passport, keep it safe. If you don't have yet, you better get one if you really need it, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But then the 50,000, 100,000 has not been implemented yet. I don't think it has taken effect yet. Whatever happened, if it takes effect, we'll let you know on the program. Thank you for staying with us. Keep a date with us again, same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Ramsey Enoch. Bye-bye for now.